ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्समआणिस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासि अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः ॐ। Om, may my speech be accorded with the mind. May my mind be accorded with the speech. O self-effulgent one Brahman, reveal thyself to me. May you both speech and mind be the carriers of the highest truth to me. May not all that I have heard depart from me. May I be able to join day and night through the study with Brahman. I shall utter what is verbally true. I shall utter what is mentally true. May that Brahman protect me. May that Brahman protect the teacher. May that protect me. May that protect the teacher. Om, peace, peace. Peace be unto you all. Good morning. This morning, I am going to speak very interesting subject, which is equally important in our spiritual life as well as in our day-to-day life. Karma Yoga and creativity. Creativity we all are having. Each one of us have the urge or intuition of creativity. Each one of us want to do something of our own. And that is our creativity. Every moment of our time, we like freedom and we like to do any kind of work of our own urge or of our own planning. And that is our creativity. People sometimes are pressurized from their workplace. It is because the workplace is like that where you cannot do anything according to your own will, your own wish. What has been instructed, you have to do exactly like a machine, those things. People, most of the people, they don't like that. They feel bored, They feel bored and they said, oh, it is something. I know many of our devotees, they are actually from established, very secure job, they try to move to different startup because they became bored and they don't want the prototype work every day. So why they don't do that? It is because there is no creativity. We want creativity. If the urge within us, the creative urge within us, is not expressed, then it will take a different direction, and that will not good for us. So now, how can we tie those creative urge with our spiritual life? Is it possible to turn those creative urge to make our spirituality? People, we know our devotees, many of our devotees are fond of cooking, and they like cooking, and they like to cook different dishes. They do sometimes experiment. So it is because of their creative urge. So the question is, can we convert this creative urge into our spirituality? Secondly, if it is possible, then how can we do that? It was first Karl Marx. Karl Marx our concept is Karl Marx is economist. But not only he was an economist, he was first a philosopher, because he was the disciple of Hegel, and through Hegel fireback he became Karl Marx. So all his economics and this labor theory, actually the concept of Das Kapital, it came through fireback. Actually, I heard one story, I am not sure, I heard it, that when Lenin passed away, at that time, he was reading from fireback. So, anyway, so it was first Karl Marx actually who tried to tag this creativity with the self-expression. According to him, the labor, those who are working, they must need the self-expression. And this self-expression coming through creativity. So, according to him, the creativity is the dynamic force behind each individual. What we do, what we think, everything, the dynamic force, the potential force, that art is coming from the urge of creativity. Karl Marx, he actually tried to connect this creativity with the production. He says the satisfaction comes when the labor are directly connected to the production. unfulfillment. So unfulfillment comes when people are not connected with their production. There is another factor. That factor is unsatisfaction or unfulfillment comes when we do not do the work according to our own choice. Take the example. A young boy, he wants to be a doctor. But unfortunately, because of the external situation or because of so many things, so many factors, he became an engineer. So his urge, his intuition, his choice doesn't match with what he becomes. In this situation, the unfulfillment must be there. But that doesn't mean there will not be a creativity. So there must be a creativity. So the labor, when they are alienated, Marx used this term, alienated, when they are alienated from their production, if I do something and if my output is very good outcome of the production I gave, that is a kind of my satisfaction. If I am cooking, if I can cook a beautiful preparation and people are praising that, it is my satisfaction. Whatever, maybe I am an artist, I am a musician, I am an orator. If people appreciate that means I get some kind of joy and fulfillment. So this is a kind of fulfillment we get out of our creativity. And when we are alienated from our creative things, the product is the creative things. So an orator's lecture is the creative thing, the product. Who are cooking the vegetable dish or the cooked thing is the product. So people are, according to Karl Marx theory, that people are connected with their product. And if one appreciates their product, then we feel joy, we feel happy. So when we are disconnected or alienated from our product, there will be dissatisfaction. How can we alienate it from the product? If the benefit of the product is taken by the owner, I am the labor, I am producing some product, and if the whole benefit of product is taken by the owner, then I become alienated from the product. Somebody has cooked some beautiful vegetables, and if the vegetable is taken away and somebody says, yes, this is my production and everything, so who cooked actually, they become sad, because in this case these people, those who cooked these things, are alienated from the product. So that is the cause of labor dissatisfaction, according to Karl Marx. So what Karl Marx did is connected the creativity with the production. He said that creative urge as the basic motivation for the human labor. Man differs from animals here. Animals only eat and drink. They do not have any creative urge. But human being has the creative urge. And that is their fulfillment. Here comes the fulfillment. Each individual wants to express oneself, to actualize his creative potentialities, to pour his yearnings, longing, etc., etc. Obviously, Karl Marx here mentioned the satisfaction of ego, not the higher ego, not the self, because he was up to the ego concept, so it satisfies our ego. According to Marx, the chief purpose of human labor is self-realization. And if it fails in this purpose, life becomes meaningless and unfulfilled. So the fulfillment of this work, the main thing is the self-realization. And according to him, the self-realization means this satisfaction. Satisfaction up to his production. That is his self-satisfaction. Yes, I am satisfied because I produce this kind of production. My output is this, I am satisfied. So this production, any kind of production, it may be the writing an article, it may be singing a good song, whatever may be the thing. It is a kind of creative urge, and this is the satisfaction if product is good. The other psychologist actually after Karl Marx said it is self-realization. He actually used this term. But afterwards, Abraham Maslow's, Adler, Alford, etc., they actually changed these terms to self-realization to self-actualization. If you see Abraham Maslow's thing, he used the term self-actualization, the hierarchy, need hierarchy. If you see that, you can find that he talked about the self-actualization. Whatever may be the term they use, self-realization or self-actualization, the main question is, can we connect our spirituality with these principles, creativity? Can we use this creative urge into the urge of our spiritual attainment? That is the question. And obviously, if we have to get the satisfaction or fulfillment from that, work is connected with that. How can we do that? So if we ask this question, we get the reply in affirmative. Yes, we can connect it to our spiritual fulfillment. How can we do that? That is the question. How can we think that our creativity is not simple work or the expression of our inner urge, but the creativity is a kind of spiritual expression? So the point is, here you can see the source. What is the source of this creative urge or the expression? The source of creative urge and expression is coming from within. The spiritual fulfillment, spiritual urge, longing, it is also coming from within. the source is one and it is inborn, it is embedded. So from our birth, we have this kind of urge to do to our own. And from this creative urge, actually, the freedom is coming. If we cannot allow to express our creative urge, we feel we do not have any freedom. So the freedom is that which can express freely our inner creativity. That is the freedom. So each one of us, we need freedom. And the freedom is to express our creativity. Obviously, the children, they want freedom to take innumerable chocolates. I am not talking about that. I am talking about the creative urge, the freedom about expressing the creative urge. So, this is the expression of creative urge. Now let us see how can we express that and how can we connect it with our spirituality. It is mainly our attitude. How can we connect our creativity with the spirituality? It completely based on our attitude. If we just change the direction of our attitude and connect it. In a train, they are coming from one line, and at one point in the junction, they actually untied with one engine and connected with another engine. Just like that, we untie it from one and tie it with another. How can we do this creative urge? It is very clearly says that karma yoga, first the sense of karma yoga. Karma yoga is a kind of work where we are not attached with the fruits of work. That is the basic principle of karma yoga. We always try to focus on the product of our work. That is the first mistake. If that is very important for everybody of us, we first focus to the product, not the means. We have to understand, there is a beautiful lecture by Swami Vivekananda on Karma Yoga. The title of the lecture is Means and Goal. So, we always try to focus on the goal. So, goal is as important as means. If we concentrate on means, the goal will come, obvious, no doubt about that. But if we only concentrate on the goal, then there are few problems. Number one, we can miss the means. If we miss the means, we cannot achieve goal. Number one. Number two, if we concentrate on the goals, then we will become attached with the fruits of work. Our target is how can we enjoy the fruits? And that is dangerous before committing any work. And that is, according to spiritual karma yoga, that is not the principle. Because if we focus on our goal, we will become attached with the fruits of our work. So attachment with the fruits of our work is not taken as karma yoga. So the point is, this means we have to concentrate on our means. That is the way of avoiding attachment. Avoiding attachment and to fulfill the work properly. That is the first point. Second is that karma yoga can provide an outlet for this creative urge in human being. So if we do karma yoga means, that is the principle. Concentrate on the means, not to be attached with the fruits. See, here is the difference between Karl Marx theory and the spiritual principles. Karl Marx says a person must not be detached, alienated from the product. If one is alienated from the product, he will not be fulfilled. Because, very simple, when a person is alienated from its product, if somebody takes the fruits of the product, the owner is taking the product, he is profiting, but labor is completely alienated from the product. So that is the unfulfillment, cause of unfulfillment. So, but here in spirituality it is said, we do not have the attachment with the fruits of work, the production. Fruits of work means production. We must not attach with the production. We should concentrate on means. How can we do that, and how can we turn it towards spirituality? The creativity comes here. So we have to consider that everything is nothing but our creative urge. What we are doing, first we concentrate on the means. Second, we consider it a creative urge. It is the expression of our creative urge. No production. Forget about your production. What is the production is coming? Because if your means are perfect, the good production must come. So, that is what it is said, that karma yoga can provide an outlet of the creative urge of man. A true karma yogi does everything selflessly as an instrument. There are two ways now. Those who are devotees and those who do not accept God is everything. There are two lines. Here only two lines are given. First, we have to consider that it is the creative urge. What we are doing is nothing but the expression of our creativity. It is our creativity. Whatever we do is nothing but our creativity. What small work we can do, it is the expression of our creativity, number one. And then those who accept God, those who are the followers of God, means devotee. For them, yes, this creative urge, this creativity, I am only the instrument. Everything is God is doing through me. I am only the instrument. Take the example of a screwdriver or a wrench. What happens? We use it. We use it in different purposes. And then we keep it. So, what is actually important? Important is who is using that. If we give importance to the screwdriver, definitely it has some importance, but its importance is only for existence, nothing more. If screwdriver is not there, we cannot serve our purpose. So screwdriver is here the instrument. If we think that we are the instrument in the hand of God, then every work is done by me as an instrument. I am not connected. Screwdriver is not connected with the screw, with the product, with the effect of the work. The benefit of the work is enjoyed by some other person. Screwdriver is completely disconnected from the fruits of the work. So exactly in the same way, if we consider ourselves that we are completely disconnected and we are only the instrument in the hands of God, so that is one approach. So creative urge, we can connect with the spirituality in this way. Another path, if we do not consider there is some God, there is anything else, then how can we connect it to the creativity? We can connect with the creativity. Actually, it was said by Einstein. If you can Google, you can find it, everything. The statement of Einstein starts with 100 times I think that why I am here and how I am here. This is for the support of many people. And now I have to return what I have taken from them. The quotation is this kind of quotation. Starting with 100 times I must think. So it means that we are getting many things from the nature. Starting from oxygen, water, food, we depend upon many people, many things. So, our production, our creativity is nothing but to return them what I am taking from this nature. This particular principle is the fundamental principle, one of the fundamental principles of Karma Yoga. And it was introduced by none other than Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, he says, it is a kind of wheel. We are taking things and we are returning. This is the wheel is going on. If we very carefully think that everything what we are taking from the nature, and we have to return those things. If we do not return, Sri Krishna very clearly said that you will become a sinner, and whole system becomes a problematic thing. So we must return what I am taking. And if we do not, we have to. It is the nature's law. This wheel is going. You have to breathe for another creature the carbon dioxide. We are taking oxygen. We are releasing carbon dioxide. Why? For the help of the plants. They are taking that. If we think very carefully, you can find everything what we are taking, we are unconsciously returning that. We have to return it. We have to return it. And why? To maintain this wheel. This is a kind of cosmic wheel. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Evam pravartitam chakram. So this chakra means wheel. We are continuing this wheel by returning, taking, giving and return, giving and return. And why another way? By seva, by service, by karma yoga. We are returning, we are getting from the society, and we are returning this as a karma yoga, as a service to the people, service to the humanity. So we have to return this. So our work is nothing but the expression of creative urge, but it is for the welfare of the humanity. So there are two ways. One, I am the instrument. I am working this as an instrument. I do not have any attachment with the product. The second one is that what I am taking from the society, I am returning back to the society. This to continue this wheel. Nothing but to continue this wheel. Because this is the wheel of creation. Otherwise, creation will be distorted. So it is a kind of big clock, a huge grandfather clock. There are so many small wheels, and all wheels are rotating, and ultimately a big wheel is rotating, and because of that the clock is active and it is working. So we are a kind of small wheel. We are rotating, means we are help to rotate this by giving and taking. By giving and taking, this wheel is going on. And we are the small wheel, because if one small wheel is stopped, then it has the effect or impact of the big wheel. So that's why we must carefully do our action, and it will help to rotate the big wheel. So each one of us are extremely important component in participating this cosmic wheel to rotate. So that's why this creative urge, and it is not any kind of external things we have to impose. The creative urge is within us, and we have to do that. Knowing that the creative urge in us is only a manifestation of the creative dynamism of universal life. One offers all his creative talents and achievements as an oblation of the welfare of the mankind, or as an offering of God. So in ancient time, there was a concept of yajna, fire sacrifice. And that concept of fire sacrifice, Sri Krishna brought in Bhagavad Gita as a karma yoga. So in what happens in fire sacrifice? We are offering oblation in the fire, and we will get the fruits of that. We pray, what happens to God? We pray to God, and in return, we are getting the blessings. We are getting the boons. So in this cycle, everything is going on in a cyclic motion. So exactly in the same way, we try to express our achievement. It is what we are doing. Creative urge is nothing but the oblation in the fire. And in return, we are getting this, whatever you know. How can you consider it? It is yours, but this is the principle. Furthermore, one does even the humdrum chorus of everyday life in a creative way. Everything in our life, day-to-day life, what we are doing, is try to connect it with our creative urge, and either as an instrument or we are offering it, return it to the society to continue this cosmic cycle. That is the fundamental spiritual connection of creativity. And in this way, we can get rid of the attachment with the fruits of work. Because it is said, the desire and attachment of any kind of thing is the cause of our suffering. All the spiritual leaders in this world, they are all on the same opinion that the cause of our suffering, Buddha says, the cause of our suffering is tanha. Tanha means trishna, thirst. Thirst means desire. So this way, we can easily turn our day-to-day life towards divine. Do you have any question? Yes.
So are Marxist ideas fundamentally incompatible with Vedantic ideas, or can Marxist ideas about the imperative of labor struggle be reconciled to some extent with Vedantic spirituality?
Absolutely, not fully. Because the starting point is same, the working point, because Hegel's philosophy, Marx followed the Hegel's philosophy. So Hegel's philosophy is very close to Vedantic philosophy. So the starting point is same, but the end point is different. So Marx went, just for example, so fulfillment or self-realization. Marx used the word self-realization. So self-realization here in this perspective is the fulfillment of ego. But according to Vedanta, ego is the lower self. Ego is not the higher self. So in this, differences are there.
So am I right?
So we can conclude in this way that we have Karmas and Vedanta started from the same point, but they reached in two different points.
So they can be maybe partially reconciled?
I would say the principle, basic principle. In this way, I have already said, the creative urge. If you take the example, the creative urge, he says creative urge, and he connected it to the fulfillment of the labor, the product. And here product is connected with the labor. But in spirituality, they are also reaching the same conclusion, that the product is there, but product is not connected with the person. Here comes another stage where they think themselves as an instrument, or they think their creative urge is only the return what they are taking from the society. It's a larger cosmic wheel. That's all. Any other question?
So, like, in order to, we believe in the karma yoga, right? So, whether we want to focus on the actual process rather than the outcome, but
So, first of all, yes. First of all, I would request you to go through the lecture that Swamiji gave in Karma Yoga, the goal and the means. To point your question, I would suggest that if the means is not correct, then how can you achieve the goal? If means is correct, you must achieve the goal. Otherwise, fallacy will be wrong. If your if your preparation is 100% good, your result in the examination must come. This is otherwise fallacies will be wrong. So that's why if we concentrate on the means, the goal automatically comes. What we do actually, we first concentrate on the goals. We want the good result, and then our mind goes in different directions. If I get the good result, then so it is a kind of satisfaction. Unreached satisfaction comes in our mind. We feel very happy to become a very good, the first boy of the class. So it is our self-satisfaction, not the reality. It's a kind of daydreaming. So we can avoid this if we do not concentrate on the goal. On the other hand, if we concentrate on the means, we will not be attached with the goal. So when you feel satisfaction from the goal, that is your attachment. When you are reacting, whether it is good or bad, that is your attachment. So all our attachment comes from our reaction to the situation. So don't react. Situation is outside. Everything is outside. You do not have any connection. You jump into that intentionally. Before react, all our suffering and happiness is nothing but our reaction, either to the external event or to our thoughts or to our future daydreaming. Or to our past procrastination. All are bad. All are not healthy. So that is what our mindfulness teaches us. Try to live at the present. And meditation is also that. Try to keep yourselves at the present. That is called meditation. Any other question? Yes, please.
I think you might have already just answered it, but when you're in the process, sometimes, like for a personal example, like I'll like kind of focus on the goal, but then I'll tell myself like, oh, I'm just gaining inspiration from the goal to do my process, and I don't know if that's just myself telling myself that or if that's genuinely true. But I think it is potentially taking me out of the moment. And if I were living in the moment, I wouldn't be focused on the goal at all. Like, what's your perspective on that?
So, partially I got your question, not the full one because of your voice is little bit lower. That's why I could not find your question fully. But what I have understood, that I could not understood where are you lost actually.
I guess I'm lost where I don't know if it's healthy for me to focus on the goal I frame it in a way where I'm using it as inspiration to like work on the process, but I don't know if that's just myself telling myself that or if that's actually true, and I don't know if it's healthy or not.
Okay, so see, the first point is that you do not do anything to create your creative urge. It is inborn, it is embedded. We all have our creative urge. That is number one. So you can do from your own. Nobody can tell you. Only if we get freedom, then we can do it. We can express that. But if we think each individual work is nothing but our self-expression, that's a great deal. So we express. And when we express, so when we do something, then you have to plan. You have to plan how can you do that. So most of the time, we focus during that time to our goal. So I would suggest, we know where we have to reach. Now try to concentrate on the means. What are the steps you can go? Very detailed, and focus on that only. If you can plan the steps, if you can figure it out in the very well planning, then your success must come. So that is what I am saying. But generally we do not do. We give less importance to the means, but we are mentally happy to think the goal. We always think that if we cannot, the goal is not good, then there will be challenge from our superiors, that will be not good to our prestige, etc., etc. So we always think the outcome of that. But on the other hand, we have to think the means. That is my point.
So only focus on the goal when you're in the planning phase and you need to like plan.
Yes, that's all. Whatever may goal come, don't bother about that. And if your planning is good, then goal must come. That is the thumb rule. Any other question? Okay. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkham apnuat, sarvastarotu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu, sarva sadbuddhimapnotu, sarva sarvatra nandatu, durjana sajjano bhuyat, sajjana shantimapnuat, shantamucchete bandhebhyo, muktoschanyan vimochayet. May all be happy, may all enjoy good health, may all see happy events, may all be freed from miseries, may all be freed from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere, may the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bondages, may the freed make others free, may the Supreme Spirit, the presiding deity of all sacred activities, be satisfied, for he being pleased, the whole universe feels satisfied. Om, peace, peace. Peace be unto you all. There are, as usual, few announcements. tea and coffee will be served in the Turiyananda Hall, the Sardananda Hall. You all welcome to join. And next Sunday also we will have the lecture here as usual. But we will have special event on 4th of July, our annual event, the day-long retreat on 4th of July here in this hall. There will be many speakers. At least 6 Swamis from different centers will speak. And there will be another professor from UC Berkeley, physics professor emeritus. He will speak on spirituality and spirituality and science. He will speak. So, with your family, friends, and acquaintances, you all are welcome to join. There will be a registration, but not compulsory. Try to get the number of attendees. There will be registration on our website, and when I would request you to register. That doesn't mean that all are welcome, but if you can register, then we can understand the rough amount, how many people are coming. Okay, thank you. Because there are some lunch arrangement also for us. Thank you. And this year there will be beautiful instrumental music program. Every year at the end we will have, on 4th of July, every day we will have the instrumental music. There will be songs, etc., etc. But this year there will be the santur, and who is playing is the disciple of Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma. So that will be here.